Hey, it's CLE CazFan17 here, and today we'll be talking about the June update. First, I want to say thank you to everyone that last night subscribed to my channel, and I love all the feedback that I got, so here we go with my first true video. Now, the big thing that came in the June update was, of course, as you know, and it's playing in the background right now, Nivelle Knights. Now, I will talk briefly about it in this video, but I will add in, I will do an additional video talking about my opinion on the map, how it plays in Frontlines, Conquest, and some of the smaller game modes. But, to me, the map is the perfect World War I setting. I've only played on Conquest so far. I've done about 4 matches of it, and I'd say, most of the time, it plays out pretty well. Teams are pretty well balanced, and the closest game that we've had was 4 points, and the worst game we had was 50 points. So most of the matches have been close and tight. My big issue with it, though, is with Conquest, it seems like you're doing a big loop where you go from one objective to the other, and then you have the enemy team basically following you around and picking up the objectives behind you. And for the most part, I think the map is set in a nice area. I overall love the map. I love the trenches, but I think it'll play better on Frontlines, and I will check out soon. And I will post the video when I've played all the classes on the map and all the game modes. And to me, it's just a beautiful map, and I can't wait to play it on Frontlines. Another big addition to this update was adding Frontlines to the vanilla maps. And the 2 maps that got Frontlines were Amiens and Argonne. Now, from what I've seen, it looks like it plays out pretty good, and from what I've heard, it plays out better on Argonne than it does on Amiens. But I can't wait to even try it. I haven't had time so far to try it, but it seems like it'll be a lot of fun. Frontlines is already a very fun game mode on the DLC maps, and I'm very glad to see them adding it to the rest of the game, in which, I mean, it gives us a little something else to do before the Russian DLC. So, I'm up for it, and I can't wait to try it and then post a video on that too. Another thing that a lot of people enjoyed for a little while there was basically Battlefield 1's version of Jeep stuff, which is, and you can see it in my highlight reel, is putting AT mines down on a crate or a barrel and driving your bike up to it and having them fall on the vehicle, and then you driving into another vehicle and blowing it up. Now, DICE has decided to take that away from us, and we are going to be no longer having that. They decided to take it away mainly because I think they didn't know originally that you could do that, so recently they decided to take that out of the game, so there will be no longer people just trying to Jeep stuff you in a tank, which, I mean, as a tank driver, I'm sure is really fun, you know, that you don't have to worry about that as often as a bike come running at you. But still, it was kind of fun to do it while it lasted. I only did it for a little while, a couple of rounds. That was mainly to unlock the Hell Regal defensive, and it ended up working out pretty good. Another thing they added in the update was Best Squad, and this was supposed to represent some statistics they got from that, where people that were in platoons playing the game would play better overall compared to the rest of the people. So this is mainly to spotlight the best squad, the team that did the best overall points-wise in the game, and at the end of the round you're shown up on the screen as the best squad. And I guess this does add a little competitiveness to, you know, maybe get your friends involved and you go out and play with them, you know, get that little incentive to get best squad. And I noticed that right away. It was in the CTE for a little while there, but it kind of had a bug to it where it only showed your squad as being the best squad, so they changed that. Another thing they changed, which they did in the last update, the May update, was increase the no kill grade from 10 to 20 meters. They originally had it at just 10 and under. Now it's up to 20 meters, the bullets will be deleted from the game if you fire them, so kill trades will be cancelled out within 20 meters. Now, the reason why they added kill trading into the game was mainly to make it seem more realistic, which I can understand. But them taking it out, I completely understand, because it is really annoying getting killed by someone at that short of range. So I think 20 meters will be a good stopping point. No need to go any further than that. And then another thing that they got rid of was you're unable to fire at someone while you're being in the middle of a melee takedown. So basically someone's coming at you with a bayonet and you hear that noise, and it's happened to me several times on a bit on either end, to where you've bayoneted at someone and it starts a takedown, but then you end up being killed by them. Now this is very frustrating, and at points it makes for epic moments when you're on the end where you kill the guy and you don't end up getting killed by the bayonet guy or the guy coming at you with a sword or a knife. So overall, I think that was necessary to be added. So I think it was a good addition, but it takes away those little epic moments. Another thing they fixed was Conquest Control, which there was a problem on Operations and Domination, where if you controlled the objectives as the defensive team on like Operations, you would get extra points for Conquest Control, when Conquest Control was only meant for the Conquest game mode, hence the name Conquest Control. But there was a bug to where it got added to Operations and Domination when you were holding the flags, so that was recently fixed. It was actually reported right away, and DICE couldn't do anything until this update a month later. And they recently have added things to the Spectator Mode, such as the camera filters and depth of field settings can now be used while in player view mode, first person, third person, and director cameras. Also fixed issue where all squad information was not always sent to Spectator. Now this should help with people that are looking for that cinematic feel, you know, creating those nice little video montages and things like that. Not my big thing, but I know a lot of people that do it, so it should come out nice for them. And another thing that they added was when vehicles were at 100% health, all parts would be fixed. Now this was an issue to where if you had a repair guy on the side of your tank and he was repairing your tank for you and your tank got to 100% health, sometimes if you're like in the heavy tank, you'd have your side guns knocked out even when you're at 100% health. So this was meant to fix that, to where now you don't even have to worry, your health will be fine and all your parts will be fixed. So you really won't have to worry about your tank and your gunners that are in your tank, which most of the time anyways, there's hardly any gunners in the tank unless you're on an objective and they're spawning in and then getting out. Or if you're a famous YouTuber and you have people just in the tank riding along so they can see their little name at the bottom right during a live stream or during a video. And I guess that will do it for the major points in the update. There are a lot of smaller things that were added, but I won't go into great detail because there's things such as like they fixed bad spawns on Operations, on Verdun Heights, and like people getting on top of Fort DeVoe, they fixed that. Little things like that. I'll post the link in the description for the patch notes if you really want to go through and read that. But for me, that's the main things that happened, and I guess this is a good stopping point. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and check out my Twitch in the description and my Twitter. And until next time, this is CLE Cavs Fan 17 signing off.